It's time for today's Face-Off on Fox Soul. Challengers Quan LX and Big Angry Adams, ready to go blow by blow on those hot topics. Face-Off on Fox Soul starts right now.
Is releasing surveillance video of the stabbing at the track meet that led to the death of a student back in April, but only under very strict conditions. So through open records, they will allow whoever requests it to view that video, but no recording whatsoever is allowed. On that note, we sent our IT producer, Kelsey Mittauer, to watch that video. She joins us now in studio to walk us through what you saw. We're going to go in order here in just a second, Kelsey, but in general terms, what did the video depict? What did you see?
It shows everything from the moments leading up to the stabbing to the medical response to then the beginning of the police investigation.
Okay, and it lasted several minutes is what they showed.
It did, about 30 minutes.
Okay, so let's start in the beginning now and talk a little bit about what you saw at the front end of that video, because you got to see the attack, the actual stabbing took place.
So it starts, I started watching about 9:53. The camera shows half of the field. So it's about from the 50-yard line on, and the tent where it happened was kind of right in front of the 50-yard line, but the camera is down here. Okay. It's positioned across the field. So everybody in the video, you can tell there are kids or adults, but no one's identifiable.
So a long shot is what
a long shot, yeah.
So a couple of minutes in, and you actually see the altercation take place.
Yes, everything leading up to it, everyone's milling about. It seems very normal, and then right at 9:55, that's when there's this explosive movement or action between two people under the tent, and that's when the employees in the room told me that's when the stabbing happened at 9:55.
Right, and you were talking about people kind of.
Here's Charles Big Angry Adams.
Okay, that was CBS talking about the reporters who had viewed Frisco ISD's long shot capture from a security camera there at the field where the tournament, the track and field event was taking place, and it captured what sounds like a distant view of the fatal stabbing of Austin Metcalf. The question's going to be whether or not it actually shows any action between Carmelo Anthony and Metcalf before the stabbing and the stabbing. I don't know. I think it's absolutely absurd that this footage is being withheld from the general public. I think it's absolutely absurd that we're not experiencing the transparency we should expect from our governmental institutions. I think it would go, even if it is a long shot as they describe, it would go a long way to diffuse these narratives if it doesn't show both twin brothers attacking him or shoving him or punching him, which we've seen all these allegations. Then I think it would go to diffuse some narratives. Conversely, if it did support the narratives being pushed by the Carmelo Anthony camp and so many African Americans, then it would affirm their position. Either way, I think all of us deserve to see it, and I think it should be released.
You don't think that this whole situation seems very strange to you?
No.
Let's talk about that. As a former judge yourself, you are, as a former criminal defense attorney, and very good at the work that you did. You mean to tell me this is an ongoing murder case, a very high-profile murder case, where emotions have been engulfed on both sides and falling among racial lines?
Well, they shouldn't be. I mean, it's just
But wait
racism.
a minute, though. But wait a minute. But you would think the judge would have put a gag order on that video. You would think the prosecuting DA's office would say that's evidence, nobody sees it until trial. You would think in that case, you would say, well, wait a minute. If this is an ongoing murder case, well, then that video should be evidence in the hands of law enforcement, in the hands of the district attorney's office, but yet this is the school district saying anybody who wants to see it, send us a written request. You can come in and view it. So you mean to tell me that the school is going to offer accommodations for anybody to come to their facilities and witness and view a homicide?
Do you want me to respond?
This is crazy, brothers and sisters. I don't like this. There's something suspicious about this, because why not the prosecutors and the judges objecting to this? This is not normal. The school district, listen what the reporter said. Oh, the video was being described to us by employees. Not lawyers, but employees. So What's to stop some rogue employee from recording it? What's to stop some media person from wearing a camera on their tie or on their skirt blouse, recording that? All of this is not passing the smell test to me, and I agree with you, though. If you're going to go that far, let everybody see the video.
Well, you know, I think what doesn't pass the smell test is your robust argument for keeping this video private, because typically I would assume that you would
But
want
they are
out
keeping
there.
it private.
Okay.
They're not releasing it
Hold
to the
on.
public.
Okay. So where you seem to be confused is in Texas, we do have a statutory right to records, right? The Open Records Act is very robust in Texas. You have a federal one as well, but it's a very robust right to see things like this video. And what the school district is saying is, hey, you submit a request, we're going to follow the law. Now they could refuse it. They could seek guidance from the Attorney General, and they could try to fight against it. But the school district has decided that instead it is going to release it. Why they're not allowing people to copy it, I don't know. But I do think it should be generally released, because I think it could go a long way to diffuse the racial narratives.
So what's the motivation, you think, of the school district releasing this?
I think they got an open records request and
No,
they decided to honor
Charles,
it.
Because the open record request gives you access to the video, not just witnessing it. You can actually get a copy of the video through the open record request. Also
Well,
say this, a parent whose child is on the video can also make an open records request. Say, well, my child is on that video. I want a copy of it, and they can get a copy of it.
Okay, well,
Charles,
they have decided,
this ain't passing the smell
probably
test.
based on guidance.
Let everybody see it.
Well, I would agree.
Not what they're doing here.
Seems like
this is suspicious.
It seems like you started with let nobody see it, right? Just let the
No,
VA,
what I say was traditionally in high-profile murder cases or murder cases, period, that they do allow something like this. A school district, Charles?
Why don't you want it everywhere?
No, I want everybody to see it.
Okay.
But this is what I don't like.
I don't believe
Charles,
you.
I don't like this.
I don't believe you.
I
think
doubt
you
it.
shifted
I
your
doubt it
story.
very seriously that they are only allowing certain people who make an open records request, including media outlets, to come in and view it. If that's the case, let everybody see it.
Oh, I would agree.
And then I'm gonna tell you what else I don't like about this. So you mean to tell me that with the high-tech equipment we have in America today, even if it's a long shot, they can't zoom in? They can't zoom in that footage?
I think you can enhance it.
I'm telling you something, this is not passing the smell test.
No, I think that what it captured probably was Austin Metcalf telling him to get out and give him a little shove.
That's your theory.
No. It's
but we don't have to have a theory.
Right, I agree.
Just release it.
And then it shows the Carmelo Anthony stabbing to death a kid for absolutely no valid reason.
But that's the theory.
No, I think.
But we don't have to do that if y'all just go ahead and release it.
Well,
don't let some people see it. Let everybody see it.
I agree. I think it's.
And
odd.
you know what that would do then?
But I also think it's odd that a few minutes ago you were against releasing it.
I think it would lower the temperature.
Releasing.
No. What I'm against is I've never in my life seen the school district do this.
So if you
I ain't never in my 31 years of activism ever seen a school district do something like this. Never. Without any objections from the prosecutors, the ongoing police department investigating. Because Charles, remember now, they say this is still an ongoing investigation.
All right, hold on.
So how can you be doing this in an ongoing investigation? I'm not buying it, Charles.
Okay. Hold on.
Something suspicious about this.
You just said you think releasing it will diffuse the situation. Do you honestly
I think it would lower the temperature.
Okay.
Because you know what it would do then?
What?
It would take the propaganda out. It will take the lies out, and then everybody can see what the truth is. And at that point, then everybody can take a position based on
Let's
facts,
see if they
not theory.
And it shows without audio, shows Austin
See,
Metcalf.
you're going to theory again, man.
But I'm asking
I don't
hold
want
on.
no theory conversation.
Hold on.
What I want is the video to be released.
The beauty of this is you don't get to dictate what I say. But if this video shows him unzipping a bag and sticking his hand in, and then it shows Metcalf shove him, and then it shows him reach out and get a knife and stab in his chest, do you think all the people that have been saying stupidly like you, that was a justified homicide, do you think they'll shut up and apologize? Because I don't, right? I think there are so many people driven by race and racism like you.
I think you underestimate the American people.
I think all of the people, because the facts have already been pretty much agreed. Austin wasn't armed. They had never had any prior interaction. There's been rumors, but it's been confirmed that they didn't have prior interaction. There's no witness saying that he said anything racialized or racial at him. that he told him to leave the
But he
tent,
was threatened.
Threatened.
There are witnesses that bear witness. He was threatened.
Okay.
There's
And then he
witnesses
got
that bear witness.
shoved,
He was threatened
and he
with
took a knife out.
bodily assault
No,
if he did not move.
That's absolutely
Charles,
not.
let's stop
told to
wrestling
leave.
with these theories
Okay.
and alleged witness testimony.
But that's why you make my point.
And release the
for me.
video.
You make my point for
Just
me.
release the video.
You've just made stuff up, right?
No,
that
but that's what
constitutes
you're
all-
doing.
No, I
you
don't.
keep saying if the video shows, if the video
I have read
shows,
the witness
and then your ifs lead to Carmelo being painted as a bad young man.
Oh, he's an awful
but
monster
guess what, though?
murderer.
We can
who
determine what he
murdered
really
someone in
is.
cold blood,
We can determine what he
and
really
the
is,
only reason
and we can
you
determine if
support
it's
him
cold
is
blood
because his victim
if you
was white.
release the video.
If Carmelo, well, you didn't want it released 10 minutes
That's
ago.
not true.
Yeah,
I said I find it very
wind it back.
suspicious that they released it to some media outlets to come and witness and look at
here's
it.
the truth.
Then turn right around and release a statement and say anybody who gives us a written
that's
request.
the Texas Open
I tell
Records
you what,
Act.
how about we do this?
Yes.
How about we send in a written request and we go
ahead.
watch it?
Well, I'm
That's
all the
what
way-
we do.
I'm all
Matt,
the way down.
Producers of this show, send a written request, set the date and time. I will go, and I want to challenge you to go. Let's go watch the video together.
My question is, who's buying dinner?
Oh, hell no, I ain't feeding you.
Okay, see, because he don't want to feed the white man because he's racist, right? You know what?
Y'all done
White
ate all the
man not
damn food
racist.
already.
I'll buy
Y'all
it.
done ate all the food
We done
already.
Man, you ain't missing too many meals, Quanell. Come on, let's get serious.
I'll
Let's
go
get
watch the
serious.
video.
I'm all for going
Let's
up
go
to
watch the
Dallas.
video.
I know some nice
And then
places
we'll
in
come
Dallas.
back and report to the American people what we actually saw.
I bet he's lying. But
Oh,
I'm
I'll
all
go,
for it.
baby. I'll go.
Manuel Ruiz, the man accused of shooting two YouTubers on the Las Vegas Strip, had a previous encounter with the two victims months earlier here at Fremont. Now, I want to learn more about that first incident. Here's what I found out.
We are like watching the fountain show, then we heard gunshots.
Okay, and how many gunshots did you hear?
About 4, maybe 5.
It was a deadly shooting captured on live stream that's now gained national attention.
I'm on YouTube Live, and I just saw somebody get shot.
Two YouTubers shot dead on the Las Vegas Strip Sunday afternoon.
We see that person actually take out a gun and shoot somebody. I think someone's dead. I think someone's dead.
According to this police report, 44-year-old Ronnie Finley and 43-year-old Tanisha Finley were streaming online in front of the Bellagio fountain when police say 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz pulled out a gun and started shooting. The couple died at the scene. The report says the two men had an ongoing feud dating as far back as Halloween 2023.
So we watch these two guys live all the time, and they happen to always have issues with each other.
There's been a feud between them for the longest time.
Channel 13 looked into the October 2023 incident to learn more about what happened. We found this police report. It says that on Halloween night, Ruiz was at the Fremont Street Experience between Binions and the Golden Nugget, taking part in the festivities. Ruiz told officers that out of nowhere, Tanisha starts hitting him with a selfie stick and punched him in the face. He also claimed that Ronnie...
In this round, here's Quanell X.
Charles, this is a tragic, tragic story that is happening too much in America, and we're beginning to see these internet beefs and social media beefs lead to people being put in the graveyard. It's sad, it's shameful, but that is the new America we're in today. Often we see young students, in particular young teenagers in these high schools having these same similar beefs, and has also led to high school students being murdered and killed with these social media internet beefs. We see it a lot in the hip hop community with these social media internet beefs leading to shameful and ratchet situations, even rappers being indicted for killing another rapper based on social media beef. Now we have these YouTubers who've had some type of conflict. What it's really about, I don't know. The story really did not say. But I did watch one video where the Latino gentleman was driving around the Vegas Strip.
Right.
Live.
That was the video.
He was live
Right.
on social media saying, I'm looking for you, where you at? I'm looking for you, where you at? I really wish that somebody would have alerted the brother and the sister, husband and wife couple that this guy is on live riding around saying he's looking for you all. You need to be careful or come off your live and go to a different location. But your ops can always find out where you are if you like going live and revealing your location. And unfortunately, Charles, this stuff is happening more and more, and I don't think it's going to stop. It's going to get even worse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we're talking about it in the wake of our conversation about the Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf incident, because in this incident as well, Manuel Ruiz, the murderer, the perpetrator, alleged that he was acting in self-defense. And it's completely eviscerated by all the videos. It was absolutely disgusting. This Rodney Finley and Tanisha Finley, a married couple, a bunch of kids, 4 or 5 children, a robust family, and apparently a robust YouTube community. I mean, people say that linear TV like this is dying because people are developing these small communities where people feel very engaged and feel like they're a part of something. And it's different from the classic consumerism of
they feel
television,
a connection of interaction.
Right, but apparently this Manuel Ruiz and Rodney Finley have some beef going back, and Rodney Finley had apparently done some shows on his YouTube channel that were critical of Manuel Ruiz that he took personally. Also, apparently the Finleys frequently traveled to Vegas. They liked being in Vegas, and Ruiz lived in Vegas. But it's absolutely evil. I mean, the guy was, like you described, he's in a video showing brandishing his weapon, driving around. But when you see the actual video of the murder, it is tragic. You know, this Ruiz guy walks up, guns down Mr. Finley, or Rodney, kills him, and the wife has this kind of shocked, you know, oh my God, like, what did you do? But she doesn't freak out screaming. She's like, oh my God, did you just do that? And then it cuts because he just starts shooting her. And they both lose their life. And yeah, if you have a beef with another guy, maybe you go fight him or something, but why do you just go and shoot an unarmed man? But more importantly, how on earth are you going to cut down a woman in cold blood who it just happens to be there with her husband? It's absolutely disgusting. It's just like the shooting we talked about earlier in the week in Utah, where a not security guard accidentally executed, and he's not been charged yet, accidentally executed some poor fashion designer who was there at the No Kings protest. America has gotten way too comfortable with killing people and with using guns, and people seem to think they're these magic wands without the training and the responsibility and the education. But this guy's just a monster. And we have so many people now, much like Carmelo Anthony and Manuel Ruiz, who are inappropriately claiming self-defense to justify the use of deadly force.
But you can't compare these two cases.
You can absolutely. They both killed people for no reason.
You can't compare these two cases at all.
They both killed people without justification.
This man is riding around with a gun, bragging about what he's going to do. Live on social media.
There's evidence that Carmel went to the campus looking for somebody with an excuse to stab someone.
There's no evidence to that.
Okay.
But Charles, I am concerned that we've now watched this with rappers, school students, elementary school students who committed suicide because of social media beef and bullying on social media. We even see politicians doing it now, politicians having beef with each other about social media commentary and comments. Where are we going as a nation? Where's this leading to, Charles? And I'm really concerned, man, that we need to really have some serious thought process about social media, because it's been the gift in many ways, but it's also been the curse in many ways. I think that social media needs to be regulated for kids and teenagers, like they do in China, because too many of our teenagers are committing suicide because of social media bullies and beef. We've seen murders, we've seen shootings, we've seen stabbings, Charles. This is getting out of hand, brother.
I can't support and I think parents just need to parent more. I don't support the authoritarian state of China and the way they basically control all of their citizens.
I'm talking about the teenage children in China.
But we have seen some
and look at their kids' test scores.
We have seen Texas and Florida.
Look at their kids' academic success with less social media.
We have seen states that have enacted rules about children using social media platforms. I think we need to accept the fact that it is both a blessing and a curse, and that parents need to be more involved. I don't think we'll see a change. And I think at the end of the day, we've just gotten to the point where we are completely accessible all the time. And we've had people threaten our lives for being on this show. Fortunately, both
crazy
of us
as hell too.
But fortunately, both of us are very capable of defending ourselves.
Oh, I can handle homeboy.
But at the end of the day, we have a lot of angry, divided people, and we're seeing it everywhere. And we're seeing it in politics. We're seeing it in social life. You talk about these ops, which has become a popular term in the culture. And it's very popular for people to think they have ops and somehow they're justified, especially in some communities, justified in going and targeting them with violence and for saying something rude about them. And it's not the kind of violence we used to have. I mean, I got plenty of fist fights growing up, but they were after school, at the bike racks, a few punches, somebody breaks you up, it's over. There are literally like 12, 13-year-old kids, you can see these videos online, running around with guns, looking for other 12, 13-year-old kids to gun down.
And it's all started with social media beefs.
No, I think we've seen gangland warfare that was ignored, and now we have this new culture of criminal justice reform that is really just abandoning rule-following, law-abiding black Americans to crime by saying, hey, we're just not going to police these areas. So people just live, like there's a place like in Chicago where people, here in Houston, people that just live under this constant threat of violent crime because our government is saying, oh, we're going to abandon you and call it reform. I mean, I don't think we need to just demonize social media, but yeah, it clearly contributes to it.
On social media and say things to millions of people that is absolutely reckless, dangerous, and it's exciting people to go and commit crime.
You don't need to talk about yourself like this.
I mean, it's really serious, brother.
I mean, that's what I've been talking about all week.
Ain't nobody whooped you yet.
I've been talking about.
What do you think about me?
Ain't nobody whooping me.
I ain't saying nobody whooped you yet.
But at the end of the day, we have so many mouthpieces on television, on YouTube,
and
on Instagram and TikTok that are constantly seeking to divide America. You really should wonder who's behind it, right? Because remember, for a while, people were mad at Wall Street, and then Wall Street started funding people being mad at each other.
That's it for the Face-Off on Fox Soul. We'll catch you next time.